Farming. The best early game money making method. It is so fun and entertaining, and all you need to do is click 2 buttons for hours on end. So fun, right? So here's a guide for farming. I'll be splitting this guide into 3 different chapters. 1. Farming gear. 2. Farming setup. And 3. How to plug in a second monitor, because you'll want to watch something while farming, or else you might lose the remaining 3 brain cells that you have. Before I start talking about gear, I would like to tell you about how farming works. So basically, you need farming fortune to get more drops per crop. And the goal for all farmers is to have the most farming fortune as possible. You'll probably want 700 farming fortune or more before you can start making lots of coins. When you first start Skyblock, you'll not have the requirements to get the first farming gear. So just walk over here and farm in the hub and get yourself farming level 10. Then just farm in the garden after that. Problem: you can't really go into the garden until you're Skyblock level 5. So get that before you farm. Starting with gear, you'll want to start with the farm armor set, which has a farming requirement of level 10. This set will give a total of 40 farming fortune. Yeah, not a lot. Although you can get the advanced gardening hoe, which gives an extra 10 farming fortune, and the full lotus equipment for another 20 farming fortune. And I also suggest that you get a rabbit pet because it gives farming wisdom, which will help you level up. When I started farming, I literally used no armor and used a literal vanilla golden axe. And I got up to farming 20 with just that. Yup, wasted a few hours on that one. Anyway, after you get some coins, I suggest getting a tool for whatever you're farming. At the start, just farm wheat because that's all you can do. But when you can, I suggest farming mushrooms for XP because your main goal is to get higher farming level, so that you can make more coins. But if you really need coins, you could farm melons or something like that, although it doesn't really matter. But before you sell any crops, make sure to look at the bazaar sell price and the NPC sell price, and check whichever one offers more. With the farming fortune you have, don't expect to make much coins now, but what you can expect is for me to ask you to click the subscribe button, and maybe even the like button. To help you level up in the farming skill, I suggest serving visitors, which will grant you a lot of farming XP, and will also give you copper so that you could buy stuff in this menu. It will also level up your lotus equipment, which will give you a lot more farming fortune. And also, try to get a booster cookie because it'll give you 25 global wisdom. But if you can't afford it, I'll just save up to get it. It'll really help. Once you farm for what feels like an eternity and have reached farming 25, you can switch out your gear for melon armor and rancher boots. This armor set will give you double the farming fortune of the last set, 70 farming fortune. It also has this perk which will make you drop crappie, so yay, free coin! You will want to wear rancher boots because you need different speed to farm each crop, and the rancher boot can limit how much speed you have. You'll want to reforge the armor with the bustling reforge, which is the Skymart brochure reforge stone. And for the pet, still use the rabbit pet. For the hoe, use your tier 1 to tier 3 of whatever you are farming, but I suggest using a fungi cutter when doing mushrooms. I suggest putting the blessed reforge because it gives more farming wisdom, but use the peasant reforge if you're broke. For equipment, get the blooming reforge, which comes from the flowering bouquet reforge stone, but if you're really rich, you can use the rooted reforge. At this point, you just want to level up in farming, so still farm mushrooms and give all the visitors what they want, but if you don't want to serve them, you can just reject them until you spawn a good visitor with a good drop. A while back, the garden version 6000,070,000,000 update was released. The update brought pests into the game. The more pests in your garden, the less farming fortune you get. I think this garden update was to stop macros, but I don't know if it worked, so now everyone has to deal with these things, which is especially annoying if you have stacked farms. On the bright side, the pests you kill with the vacuum can be exchanged into farming fortune. With those buffs, you'll easily be able to get gold in a farming contest. Wait, what's that? Oh yeah, my bad. Farming contests are contests. There are 3 crop categories per contest. They last 20 minutes, and depending on how much crops you have farmed, you will be rewarded. For getting bronze in a contest, you'll get a bronze medal. For getting silver, you'll get a silver medal, and you get the idea. You can trade the medals in for good tools, which you can use to sell or use to level up the farming skill level cap. Once you reach farming 30, you'll want to switch to the crappie armor. This set gives 90 farming fortune in total, and will also make you drop squash when you farm cocoa beans melons, or pumpkins. Basically everything stays the same, except that you'll definitely want to use a tier 2 to tier 3 hoe. At this stage, still don't expect to make much coins. At farming 35, switch out to squash armor with rancher boots. This set gives a total of 110 farming fortune. At this stage, you can make a few coins, but I still suggest to get more farming fortune. For the set bonus of squash armor, you can drop fermento, which comes from cactus, netherworts, and mushrooms. If you farm for money, I suggest farming pumpkins or melons, but you can try your luck out with netherworts, and hope to drop enough fermento to make more coins than melons and pumpkins. Also, at this point, I suggest getting a few hundred visitors served, because more farming fortune, and that's all that matters. If you're farming for money, use the mushroom cow. For contest, use the elephant pet, and for XP, use the rabbit pet. Finally, you've been farming for 6,000 billion years, and now you can use the final armor set, the fermento armor. Now you can flex to all your friends, and oh, I guess it's not that hard to get it. This set is actually very good because it gets all the set bonuses from the past armor sets and smashes it into one. Now you can make lots of coins. Or that's what you think. With just this gear, you'll probably still not make any coins. So time to get more upgrades. First, you want to make a compact farm for everything, which I'll show you how to do it in a tiny bit, and you'll want to farm melons or pumpkins for money. So that means getting the tier 3 tool for whatever you're farming. They get the Blessed Reforge and the Cultivating Enchantment, along with the Turbo Melon if you're farming melons, and Turbo Pumpkin 5 if you're farming that. Then get the Pestimate, or whatever it's called, enchantment on your armor. Then get Green Thumb 1 to 5, and Voodoo Reforge on the full equipment set, along with as many visitors as served as possible. Get as high level as Paradise Gemstone as you can, and also 5 farming for dummies. Then give me joy by clicking the subscribe button. Recom every farming thing, get dedication 1 to 3 on your hoe, and I think that's all.
2,000 years later.
And also, don't forget to get the farming talismans. Another thing is to get farming 60. What's mystic? Farming only goes up to level 50. Wrong. You can level up your farming cap by giving Anita golden medals. So get farming 60. At this point, you'll be making around 10 million coins per hour, or 15. Yeah. But if you want to get even more coins, you can put dedication 4 on your hoe and get the mossy reforge on your armor. Welcome back to MBC News. A month ago, the chocolate factory was added to Skyblock. Inside the shop, you can buy permanent cocoa farming fortune, which will help you get more coins from cocoa. But cocoa still isn't the best crop to farm, so it is only good for doing contests. Before I tell you how to build the mega farms, I want to talk a bit about the pests. Usually having 1 or 2 rats in your yard isn't too bad, but having 4 is crossing the line. The second you get 4 pests, you lose like 177 million farming fortune. So to get rid of them, use a vacuum. Make sure to put the buzzing reforge on it, but use the spray to spawn more pests, because they drop very good stuff. If you're lucky, unlike me, I've killed like 10 billion, please send help. To make any coins from farming, you want to build a Giga, Mega, Ultra stacked farm. If you looked at all the crops, stacked versions might look easy to build. But take a look at melon and pumpkin farm. I don't even know what's going on there. You got blocks here, water here, and some more blocks there. The reason for this monstrosity is because you could farm 3 melons at once if you just angle it right here and break these 3 blocks. And before you start farming, you still need to know 2 things. 1, the speed, which I have it all here, and 2, the angle, which I don't have it. So that's all for this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and bye bye!